Alright, got this D-ring back down without the gasket in there. So these are all tightened down. That one's bottomed out. You can see how high it is now. And this one here also is bottomed out in here because we took the gasket out. There you go. See that hits on top of the fin right there. So that one's also bottomed out. So what we're going to do is here, damn light. Ooh. Okay, we're going to go ahead and Helicoil up these holes right here, these three here in the corner. So you can see how thin this is right here. So be careful about what we use for Helicoils. So here's what a Helicoil is over here if you don't know. Blow this out a little bit. Okay, here's our kit. 1024 is our thread. The 1364 here is the drill that you drill out the old thread with, which is what this reamer right here is. And that just happens to be what the D-ring hole size is. So we're going to use the D-ring as a drill fixture, just like I've been doing around here. But once I indicate it in, I go ahead and just drill this straight through these holes. Then I'll take the D-ring off, and I can tap them. So it just makes it a little bit easier if you have a nice drill fixture already happens to be here. We'll just use it. So we'll go ahead and put all these in there like that. 1, 2, 3, and we'll do all three of these in one shot. So that's where we are on that. Now, the way a Helicoil works is you drill out the hole, the threads, the old threads. Then you have a special tap here that has an oversized thread on it. And your number 10 thread is over here. This here is a number 10 thread right here. This here is our Helicoil tap sitting here. These here are my tap drivers right here. This here is the 3/16 one I was just using. This one being a bigger tap, I had to use a different driver, so I had to go get in this case I'm using a 1/4 inch driver here. Damn light's reflecting bad. So these are the special Nikon drivers I use. Nikon is the manufacturer here. So pretty expensive tooling, but it seems to be working pretty good. So that just goes in like that. It's got a cone clutch type thing in here that grabs these. Takes 2 hands to release them, of course. You can see the hole in there's a square hole up inside there. That's what engages the tang here of the tap. And then up inside of here they got a sleeve that grabs a hold of the outside of it and locks it in. Well, you just compress the sleeve, drop it in, let go, and it's in there. Won't come out. So this has a ratchet clutch in here, kind of like a kicker is in your Harley, and it keeps you from breaking it off. And it has a quick disconnect hub here, so you can take them in and out. So anyway, it's a nice little system. It also has an overload and underload feature in here, so that means that you can push it in like that. If you push too hard, you won't screw up a problem. And then if you pull, it'll pull out too. So you can feed your handle up and down your mill at the wrong speed and it won't affect the thread. You won't break anything or force it to be damaged. So it's a real nice system. Alright, back to our Helicoil. Here's your insert tool. These are what the Helicoils look like right here. Let me blow this up a little bit. So this is your standard short Helicoil here that comes in your kit. This here are shorter ones because we got real thin head there to work with. These red ones are actually locking Helicoils, so they have a little flat spot in here. If you look in the thread there, you kind of see it a little bit. Right in there, see it's right in the middle there, that middle thread, see how it's got flat spots in there? So that's a locking feature. So if you look at the inside of the Helicoil, it actually has a couple flat spots in it. It's not going to let me focus very well there. Anyway, a Helicoil, all you do is you put it in there and it has a tang. You knock the tang off and that's what holds it. It's basically a threaded spring. This sharp edge right here where my thumbnail is what digs into the head. The camera finally focused. And that's what digs in. When you break this tang off right here where this little cut right here is, that'll leave another sharp edge, and that's what keeps them from unscrewing on you. And you can also Loctite them in a little bit if you want also, but I rarely do that. And you can see those flat spots in there in the threads, that's a locking thread. So we're going to have a little bit of locking action on these threads automatically because of the helicoils I'm using. So it's a short helicoil, so you can see how it goes right in there. You have to leave one thread top to bottom so it has something to bite into, and not bottom out against the top up here when you're trying to tighten something. That won't tighten up, you have to be below the surface. So when you install them half to one thread down, and you should be half to one thread from the bottom. And if you notice, this helicoil here is just about the right length. These heads vary a little bit as you go around, but they tend to work pretty good. So that's why I use these particular ones. And I do like the locking feature, so that's why I use those ones. These ones here, if you want to use long ones like this, you just take a pair of dikes and cut off a coil at a time. These don't have the locking feature, they're just round. So just cut off a coil at a time with a pair of dikes until you get the length you need. And then you would have the right one, so you don't have to go buy special ones. See, in this one here, you just cut off a couple threads, so you just take off a coil at a time, take off a couple coils, and you got your helicoils you need. So you can make this stuff up, but if you're buying it, it makes it easier. So that's how all that works. So we'll go ahead and get these holes centered up over here, and we'll do it. So I'll go ahead and set the camera up to do that, so you can watch it.